Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Valrico here, and today we're going to talk about this Phil Spencer interview, Redfall, all that jazz. I want to talk about this because I'm tired of hearing excuses. I've been hearing excuses from Xbox for a while. I'm tired of waiting on PlayStation or multiplats to come up with good games. This interview was, it was crazy. It was I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, just the level of quit in his voice, the nonsense, the corporate speak I didn't want to hear. I don't want to hear it. All right? And nobody should be more mad about this than Xbox gamers who don't have other consoles and maybe only play on Xbox. I'd be hot. Let me tell you something. If I only played Microsoft games and had an Xbox, I would be heated. You waited 18 months from this delay to come out with this shit? Unacceptable. So anyways, let's play the first part of this interview and let's listen to what he has to say.
When you see the community talk about the console side of things, do you think you've lost the focus or maybe put too much onto the PC side? Do you think that the console is still getting the console love that it deserves, whether it be the homepage update, achievements, of course, looking forward and using the power of this next gen? Do you think you guys have lost that focus, or is it still there, and can we see more love on that side?
Well, we'll definitely continue to focus on making our console experience as great as it can be. I like the homepage refresh and some stuff. I will say this might be disruptive as well. We have a different vision. You know, Paris talked about this. It's play the games you want with the people you want anywhere you want. We want Xbox to be something that people who buy our console can feel like they're a member of. Obviously, who are playing on PC, who are playing on cloud, that they feel like they're full members of our ecosystem. Game Pass players can play on many different devices, and we remain fully committed to that. We're not in the business of out consoling Sony or out consoling Nintendo. There isn't really a great solution or win for us. And I know that will upset a ton of people, but it's just the truth of the matter is that when you're third place in the console marketplace and the top two players are as strong as they are and have, in certain cases, very discrete focus on doing deals and other things that will that kind of make being Xbox hard for us as a team. That's on us, not on anybody else. Our vision is that everybody who's on console has to feel like they have a great experience and they're a first-class citizen. They've invested a ton in our platform.
All right, let's just take a pause for the cause right there. Bro, if you're not in it to sell consoles and try to beat your competitors, what are you doing? Why are you just quit? Just get out. Have somebody else do it. Take you and this fucking bum Matt Booty, who really is the real responsibility, who should take all the responsibility for why Redfall came out like a piece of shit. Because he didn't get his sorry ass on the plane and go to fucking Austin in person and make sure these games are working. These fucking clowns, they sit in Seattle and they do nothing. Get on the plane and go to Austin, where the studio was at. The same studio that made other games with no problem. They made Dishonored 1, Dishonored 2, Deathloop. Working fine. But you two jabronis can't seem to find the time to get on the plane and actually... I think earlier on in this interview, I think this guy said that they do technical tests online. Like, they watch streamed video that the studio would stream to, like, Discord or some shit. Like, what? You idiots get on Skype? What? Bro. You know there's people out there that would do... This guy makes 25... His net worth is $25 million. I'm sure he makes about $2 million a year. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's more than that. Bro, I would do his job for $500,000 a year. $200,000 a year. I would write business expenses to get on a fucking plane and make sure every single one of these exclusives are top-notch, working correctly on a console. You work backwards. Are they working on the Xbox Series X and S Quite frankly, one of their big mistakes is even having an S. Stupidest fucking idea ever. Let's have a console that's weaker than our mainline console. Doesn't make any sense, but I'll leave that alone. You make sure the game is working on the Xbox Series X, and then you put them on PC. Port them over. It's not rocket science. These guys, they get on these interviews, they make all these fucking excuses, and this is just not them. But I just made a video earlier this week about The Last of Us and Star Wars coming out broken, and now there's Redfall coming out broken. There's an actual problem going on with the industry. But Xbox, listen, EA, they come out with a broken game. I mean, it is what it is. Everybody knows not to buy a Battlefield until 6 months in. I mean, this is just the way it goes. EA as a publisher is suspect. Naughty Dog got the beats for me just for the simple fact that every other PlayStation exclusive came out pretty much working fine on PC until these fucking clowns showed up with this dog shit that barely runs now on a 3080. On my 3080, it's okay. It's playable, but it's not ideal. A game that came out on the PS3 barely works on a PC. Unbelievable. But this video is not about that. Microsoft deserves the ultimate beats because they haven't put out anything good in 18 months. What are we doing? And when I say that, I'm talking about AAA games, releases, big budget games from Microsoft, not shit like Hi-Fi Rush, which is, I'm hearing people are liking that game. I've actually never seen gameplay of it. I'm talking about the games that people want. They want a good Halo. They want a good Gears. They want a good Forza, Horizon, or the other one, Motorsport. They want Fable. Where's Starfield? Hopefully that shit even works. Where are all these big games that are supposed to be coming? I heard there was a Perfect Dark game supposed to be coming. Bro, I don't expect any of those fucking games to work when these fucking two clowns won't get on a plane and go down to Austin and actually sit in the building with the people, play the games, and make sure they're working properly. And I know for a fact they didn't do that because earlier in the interview, he was just saying, oh yeah, we sometimes have them periodically stream footage to our computers. Bro, you gotta have the controller in your hand, bro. But I'm not even so much mad at Phil Spencer that much because he did bring in let's put Xbox exclusives on PC, which then opened the floodgates for PlayStation to have to do it because make no mistake about it, they're gonna have to do it. If one side's getting money on, they're seeing, hey, you put our games on PC, we'll make some more money. Xbox is doing it, why don't we? And they broke open the floodgates to where maybe eventually even Nintendo will have to put their games on PC. Not have to, but will decide to put their games on PC. That'll be pretty cool. So I appreciate it for doing that. But I tell you what, this Matt Booty, I read an article where they were criticizing him about crunch or something around the time that Fallout 76 was going on. And he basically said something to the effect of, bro, it's going to be awesome when we can have AI to test these games. So we don't have to worry about crunch so much. Something to that effect. Well, that just lets me know that you don't give a shit and don't care. The most important thing about developing a game is testing the fucking game. And that just lets me know where your fucking headspace is at. You suck at your job. He should be fired. He's below Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer's the CEO of Xbox. This guy is supposed to be the head of the games division. Alright? Basically the underling. Get the fucking rid of him. He sucks. Somebody's gotta go. One gotta go. Anyways, I want you to see the rest of this clip. Let's take a look.
But we are not in a position, and I see it out there. I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way.
Let's just stop right there real quick. I just want to make a quick note, and then I'll play the last, 3 minutes of this interview. This specific situation is exactly what you should be doing. Literally, that's why you get into selling video games and selling consoles. There's a reason why some games are called console sellers. A console seller game is something like Spider-Man. People love Spider-Man. They love Marvel. They're going to go buy a PlayStation because that's the only way to play the new hot Spider-Man. Okay? I'm just going to use the one example right there. That is a console seller game. If you create great games that people have no choice, you got two options, all right? You're going to buy an Xbox to play that game, or you're going to build a PC. That's your options. Same thing with PlayStation. You're either going to buy a PlayStation to play Spider-Man, or you can buy it on PC. You build a PC, and there you go. That's literally the business model. Games sell consoles, not the other. Consoles do not sell games. Clearly. And that's the problem with their entire ideology inside of Microsoft. You create good games, and people will buy the console. They've done it before. When the Xbox 360 came out, you had Halo 3, you had Gears, you had Forza. All those three games were literally console sellers because people were like, oh my god, this is so amazing. We got one of the best racing games. We got fucking Halo 3. We got fucking this new shit called Gears. What are we talking about? Anyways, I'm gonna let the rest of the clip play out.
We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games. So when you go and you're building on Xbox, we want our Xbox community to feel awesome. But this idea that if we just focused more on great games on our console, that somehow we're going to win the console race, I think doesn't really lay into the reality of most people. Like 90% of the people every year who walk into a retailer to buy a console are already a member of one of the three ecosystems, and their digital library is there. This is the first generation where the big games that they're playing were games that were available last gen. When you think about Fortnite and Roblox and Minecraft, like the continuity from generation to generation is so strong. I see a lot of pundits out there that kind of want to go back to the time where we all had cartridges and discs, and every new generation was a clean slate, and you could switch the whole console share. That's just not the world that we are in today. There is no world where Starfield's an 11 out of 10 and people start selling their PS5s. That's not going to happen. So what we have to do, and we have this unique vision because we see what creators want to do. Creators want to build games that can meet players on any screen. People play with their friends regardless of what other screen they're on. And the console is the core of the Xbox brand. There's no doubt. So like we will stay focused on making sure that console experience is awesome. But I know some people want to hold us up of just being a better green version of what the blue guys do. And I'm just going to say, like, there's not a win for Xbox in staying in the wake of somebody else. We have to go off and do our own thing with Game Pass, with the stuff we do with xCloud, and the way we build our game.
So I want to say this. He's the excuse that he's making, saying that, oh, people have their game libraries built up, so they're not going to want to switch over. Yeah, well, that may be true, but if you have hot exclusives, we're not talking about multiplats. That's what he's misconstruing. People, yes, people, like, if you bought, I don't know, like on my PlayStation, I got Last of Us, I got Spider-Man, I got all of them. I got all of them. I got all of them, right? If I buy a PlayStation 5, right now, I know I can play all those games right now. It's on my account, attached to my play. All I have to do is get a piece of PlayStation hardware and play the games. That's it. Same thing with Xbox. So, and then here's the thing with Xbox is I can play some of the games I bought on the Xbox on PC because I own them, right? So, what is this man talking about? Oh, because people have a bunch of games on there. No, none of that matters. The only thing that matters when you're selling consoles or trying to not, and it's not even about winning the bro. They're losing. Forget about PlayStation. Nintendo, which doesn't have any really third-party support for the most part. They don't really even really. They're not. Bro, their core audience only plays for the most part their exclusives, and they're selling the Nintendo Switch. I have a Switch, and I don't play it. It's for my girl, but they're selling out like hotcakes, bro. They're in the lead as far as console sales for this generation. The Xbox is in third place because they have no exclusives. That's the whole problem with them. Fuck this as xCloud shit. Nobody cares about that. It's irrelevant. You need great games. And for him to sit there and say, oh, well, if we just do that, we still are going to lose anyways. Bro, how do you know? You've never tried. Since you've been the head of Xbox, you ain't put out much. So how would you know? Bro, both these guys, they're off their rocker. And quite frankly, that it might be worse than just them two, Matt Booty and him. They might need to get rid of the entire, whatever the top 5 people are in that company should go. They gotta go. They don't even understand business. You're worried about this Game Pass subscription shit. Well, quite frankly, nobody buys games on Xbox now because you can just get it on Game Pass. So now, third party doesn't even want to put games on your console now anyways because you've trained your audience to not buy games anymore. Well, I'm telling you, that whole console, that whole ecosystem is in shambles right now. And the only way to get it back right is by selling good games. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. I don't give a fuck what my controller color looks like. I don't give a fuck about what the console look like. What do them games look like? What do them games play like? Are they good? Are they great? What are they? Because quite frankly, if you're going to keep putting out shit like Redfall, incomplete games, well, these are the type of results you're going to get. Let me know what you think about this whole ordeal in the comment section. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, twitter.com/Valrico, youtube.com/Valrico, and I'm out of here. Peace.